Hello everyone and welcome back to Queer Cyclist. Today I am going to go over and review 5 different bikepacking bags that I own. I have used every single one of these on either a bikepacking trip or pretty extensively riding around town. Before we jump in, if you like bike content and also occasionally gay stuff, you should definitely subscribe to this channel. All right, so first up, we have the Swift Industries Catalyst bag. Swift sent me this bag back in June when I won the Swift Campout bikepacking sweepstakes. And I have to admit that I was a little bit skeptical at first. It's a pretty small bag. The website specifications say it's about 6 liters. You could probably fit a very large pineapple in this to give you kind of an idea of how big it is. I thought it was going to be way too small for my needs, but I have found that it is really nice. It fits my U-lock and all the extra layers that I've been wearing this winter because it's been kind of cold here in Atlanta. The bag itself is made out of X-Pack and it closes with 2 buckles in the front. Some of the features of this bag that I really like is that it has a buckle inside of the bag that keeps everything kind of tight so it doesn't like fall out or jostle too much during the ride. I don't know if you guys have strapped stuff to the front of your bike and you hit a pothole and it like shit goes flying everywhere. It's happened to me and it isn't going to happen with this bag. There are also some D-rings at various points on the bag so that you can attach a keychain or strap other things onto it. There is also webbing on the top if you need to lash or attach anything else on there. I've attached it to my bike using some old Caradice straps that I had lying around. It comes with voile straps. Voile? You guys know what I'm talking about. So you can easily attach it to your handlebars. It's stayed really stable, fits snugly between my brake levers. Aesthetically, I think it looks really nice. The purple is not exactly my taste, but I think it goes with the pink of the Bombora. I'm also not going to complain because it was free and Swift has been very generous. So thank you, Swift Industries. The Catalyst bag is awesome. So like many kind of cottage industry bike bags, the Catalyst pack, it's really expensive. Retails at about $177, but I think you really get what you pay for because the quality is really high for daily rides, for even day rides. I think this would work really well. The next quick review of a bag that I want to show you guys today is Fab's Fanny by Ronsbikes. Ronsbikes is based out of Connecticut and they manufacture what they call neoclassical bike luggage. And for good reason. Their stuff is beautiful. And if you've been following them over the years, they have really refined their aesthetic and are constantly trying new things and new patterns. And I, as someone who is an aesthetic guy, really appreciate it. They've developed a bit of a cult following, and that makes a lot of sense to me because their stuff is really beautiful and it's really high quality. So this is Fab's Fanny. I got the black X-Pack. I also have one in Coyote X-Pack. I don't think they offer this particular model anymore, and every time I check, their inventory is slightly different. It's something that I really like. You never know what you're gonna get, but you always know that the product is gonna be really well made and really beautiful. The bag has a kind of interesting closure mechanism that makes it really easy to open and close when it's behind you, when you're on or off the bike. When I brought it on bikepacking trips, I have put like my journal and a book and all of my clothes for the day into this bag. So it fits a lot, but because it's a little bit bigger than say your regular fanny pack, it did take some getting used to. And at first I didn't really like it, but the more I used it, the more I was like, this is really useful. Even when I've had a lot of stuff in the bag, I haven't had any issues with pain or it being really uncomfortable or kind of really pulling on my lower back. There are 2 zipper compartments in the bag, one on the outside in kind of the front underneath the flap, and then there is another zipper compartment inside of the bag, and you can put like little things in there, little odds and ends. Another feature of this bag is that there is webbing on the back where you can put handlebar straps and cinch it to the front of your bike. I have only done this once. I prefer to use this as a fanny pack, but if you're tired of wearing it or you just like really enjoy having like a smaller front bag on your bike, This is great. At the end of the day, it's really nice to have the option to switch around. This bag is also kind of expensive. The one I bought was $120. So again, these small cottage companies, you do get what you pay for, and you're supporting a small business in the bikepacking and cycling world. And when I can, I really like doing that. The next bag that I want to review for you guys is the Spindle 40-ounce crusher. This is a stem bag and it's fucking giant. This is a bag made by a bag maker here in Atlanta. It belongs to my friend Finch, which I borrowed months ago and still haven't returned. And I promise I will. So thank you, Finch. I appreciate it. It's called the 40-ounce crusher, which I assume it's because it's 40 ounces, which I will put right here and how many liters that is for all of my non-US watchers. I think it's like 1.3 liters. I'm not sure. I have to fact check that in a second. But anyway, this is 40 ounces. It will fit a giant can of beer and all the snacks you could possibly want on a day ride. It also has these really nice kind of mesh pockets on the side that you can put your phone. There's nothing that really bounces out of the side pockets, which I found is a problem in some of the other stem bags that I've used. The bag is made out of, I believe this is Cordura or X-Pack. I can't actually tell. The pattern looks like X-Pack, but it kind of feels like Cordura. Regardless of what it is, it's really, really high quality, and it's a really nice addition to any kind of day ride or bikepacking trip. I also really like that it's a local company here in Atlanta. The Spindle makes all kinds of really good, high quality bags. So if you're looking for an amazing stem bag, this is it. The bag retails at about $65, and there are a bunch of different colors that you can choose from. They're made to order, so it might be a little bit too late for the holidays, but you could get one that would arrive just after the new year, which is always really exciting to start out the new year with. The next bag on the docket is the Outer Shell Rolltop Saddlebag. Outer Shell is a company based out of San Francisco, California, and they make cycling bags for traveling. I picked up the Rolltop Saddlebag last year when I was doing a lot of long rides, and I got it because I wanted to put a couple of layers in it and my tools. And I wanted it out of the way on my saddle, so I didn't have to actively think about it, but I knew it was back there and safe. What I like about this bag is that the capacity can be smaller or bigger depending on what you put in it. It can go from a little bit less than a liter to 2.1 liters, so it can expand or contract depending on what you put in it. I think this bag is also aesthetically really, really nice. I got the one made out of gray X-Pack. This wasn't my first color choice, but because color choices were limited at the time because of the supply chain, this is what they had in stock and this is what I chose. It has a really good method of attaching to your saddle, and I've never found that it sways, it's never fallen off, it's never come loose, nothing has ever fallen out of the bag. There is Velcro at the end of the bag before you roll it up so that nothing is gonna kind of slide out, even if you're using it at its fullest capacity. The Rolltop Saddlebag retails at about $50, so it's a little bit cheaper than some of the other bags that I've mentioned today. It's a great product, and I would recommend it if you're looking for a small saddlebag. I will say that this is not a bag that I really use anymore, and I will probably either sell it or give it away to one of my friends who might find a little bit more use out of it. I now keep a tool roll underneath my saddle for most of my rides, and for extra carrying storage, I'll use something on my handlebar. So the way that I carry stuff has kind of evolved over the past year. But that being said, I think there's a use case for everything, and this is a great high quality bag. The last bag that I have for review today is the Topeak fuel tank. This is a bag that is really popular because it's pretty cheap. It runs between $35 and $40. I think a lot of people like this bag because it works really, really well. And I do recommend it with the caveat that I don't like it personally. Y'all, I don't like this bag very much. I don't really like it. I think that it's a little bit too small. It also will not, for the life of me, stay on the top tube. It just kind of falls over and won't stay in the center, and my knees are like constantly hitting it. It's just like ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. like just neat, like hitting it over and over again. And it drives me fucking crazy. That being said, the reason that people like it is because it has a lot of capacity. You can fit a large phone and snacks and your keys. There are some mesh pockets on the inside wall of the bag so that you can do a little bit of organization with your odds and ends. And I think just for the price, this is a good option. I mean, it's good enough to where I recommended it in my holiday gift guide that I posted a couple of weeks ago. So take my opinion with a grain of salt. All right, so that is the end of my 5-bag review. If you like this content and want to see more, you should subscribe to my channel. I would also like to say happy holidays to you guys. Thanks for being such a wonderful audience. I am so grateful to you, and I will see you guys next week.